Would you like to say hi to everyone?
Bye, people.
Here we go.
All right, so before we get started, there are no name plaques on here, so we're just going to go around. Delano Aiden, if you're watching this on YouTube, you are already on the right channel. Kane and Winter.
Hi, I'm Bloodraven Cosplay. It's just look up Bloodraven Cosplay. Raven spelled with an AI name in the spelling of Raven. This is my partner. Hi, I'm her partner. I'm just here for the fun and shits and giggles. Yes, and she might appear on any of my content on YouTube. Indeed.
All right, Tempest, who has cut in line.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Tempest Angel Gaming on Twitch, Tempest Angel on TikTok.
Ivo.
I am Dr. Ivo Kalinsky. You can find me on TikTok and YouTube by that name.
Real.
Dr. Alexander Real, that's Dr. Period Alexander Real on TikTok.
Knock knock.
Sorry, I just had to pull my phone out of my pocket. I'm cleaning. I am Knock Knock Huza, and TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you find streaming platforms on there.
Okay. Minty.
Minty Memory Candy. I'm sometimes on TikTok. It's been a hot minute.
And Nez.
I'm Nez or Transgester. I don't exist, and if you think I do, you're wrong.
All right, and this is session 0 of the second campaign of the SCP TTRPG. This time, we're using the 2nd edition.
Dun,
After
dun, dun.
a 100-session campaign of the 1st edition.
We doing another 100 sessions here?
Probably.
We'll find out.
I mean-
We'll wait until they release B3, and then we'll stop at the nearest 100 there.
We'll do another 10-session flashback campaign.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we just came off of a 10-session mini campaign about the founding of Site-314.
It was fun.
Yeah,
One of
you
the
got to do a
founders-
whole courtroom drama.
Yeah, I loved it.
And one of the founders of
I
Site-314
got
is
to
the
play a
professor.
circuit that exploded into Mist of Pace, but somehow reassembled himself underground.
After his soul was freed from
Potato?
hell.
You're welcome.
And he blasted Haktua out of the sky with a tank.
And she
Also,
deserved it.
They deserve
One of the
it.
founders of 314 is a possessed tank that does not like authority.
Okay, so
How do you
since
deal
this
with
is
your authority? Authority?
a session 0, we're going to revisit the safety tools. Alright, is anybody not familiar with lines and veils?
I'm not.
Okay, we should have gone over this before ASCI. Okay. When it comes to things that might trigger you, lines are line in sand. We are not crossing that line. It will not be included in the campaign. That is Nazi shit, pedophilia, racism, sexism to the players. Like, villains might do this shit, but, like, it is not allowed, like, above board. Veil, oh, yeah, also, phobia stuff, if, like, you cannot handle certain things, we'll just not include it, like infanticide.
Infanticide. Or... Hi, can you hear a little bit? Okay. Hi. And I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just going to make sure if someone accidentally says that she can't hear it. No baby flies, please.
The what?
This one, no baby flies. Don't say the actual word.
Oh, okay. I get what you
Okay.
mean now.
Yeah, I've had to deal with that way too many times, as my sibling was in 4-H.
Yep.
They had
So, yeah.
birds.
What?
If you declare something a line, then we just won't include it. Veils are you're okay with something if there's just like some level of obscurity. Like, say, if you are an arachnophobe, you can handle spider stuff if it's just cobwebs, but like no actual spiders, just the reference to spiders, that kind of thing. So does anybody have any lines or veils they want to include now? Also, you don't have to lock it in now. If we get into a session and it turns out, oh, this thing triggers me and I didn't realize it, we can walk it back.
Hi, please veil pincushions.
Okay.
Pincushions.
Oh, I was thinking literal pincushions. What?
No.
The things that go in them.
Pincushions.
Okay, you are implying something I'm not getting.
Hi. Please don't pee in pincushion scenarios, please.
The pins themselves.
Hi. Don't. Yeah. Leaving needles in.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I think I get you. I'm very literal thinker. All right. Any other lines or veils?
Just veil infant death.
Okay.
Not that there's gonna be one in here, but might as well say it.
Yep. Also, intentionally making other players uncomfortable is not acceptable. I don't think there are any conservatives on my Discord server. If you are, I don't know how you got here.
Because you would have been deterred by just watching his content.
Yeah. Like, if you are trying to offend another player, you're gone from the server.
Yeah.
All right, which goes to X card. Basically, you can veto content if it turns out, oh, this is triggering to me. We will walk it back. If I am setting up a session that might have something objectionable, I will include like trigger warnings a day ahead, and you can decide if you want to show up or not. I don't imagine it coming up, but I would encourage anyone who decides to DM to also include trigger warnings if you are planning something that might be triggering. All right, nobody is expected to be here every time. It is a come whenever you want to kind of campaign.
Shit, there's a man there.
All right, now, as for the setting, we kind of have a pre-established location with Site-314 itself. When you're making a character, you can be new, you could have been there for quite a while, and it's just now your time to shine. Either way, like, your level of experience with the site is up to you.
For the continuity of my continuity that's in the continuity of 314, she randomly got retransferred to 314 because she kind of was stolen by upwrapped at some point.
Okay. All right. So, to give you an idea of what the site is like, it is way more lax about security, to Morat's chagrin.
They let bears in.
Remind me to text Morat.
And by that, I mean, when it comes to anomalies, if they are not dangerous and are well behaved, they are allowed pretty much free reign of the common areas of the site. And they also employ anomalies.
I mean, some of the original leadership was anomalies, so.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, yeah, there are no limitations character creation wise on having anomalous traits. You can be an anomaly. And if anybody followed along with campaign 1, this is going to start like half a year later. Most of the people who played in that, their characters are now part of the senior staff. If you want to continue playing your character, you'll just have to remake it in the 2nd edition system.
Yeah. And for also, I gestured the anomalous staff, and I basically, what I was trying to do was this, technically, because
Yeah.
Lachlan is anomalous, because I'm totally not allergic to playing anomalous staff.
Okay. Also, I do not have to be the DM. If anybody wants to play an SCP they like, as the plot, not as your character, you can just say you're going to run next session. Cool. I'll bring out a character and be a player. Ugh.
And also I think if it was covered in season 1, we already technically continuity did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also, this is an alternate timeline of the SCP universe where, like, 682 was discovered recently.
Oh.
If anybody was unfamiliar. So, like, Josie the Half-Cat and the iPods and the origami dragons are all still just wandering around the site. And there's also a football-sized glob of 999 wearing an MTF helmet.
The 999-2.
Yes. Still around. We just kind of, ignored it.
Who was very fond of Kane.
Yep. Alright, now to get into system stuff. So, unlike the previous campaign where you would hoard experience until you're ready to spend it, this system does things a little differently. What does Nez say? Let's just leave this up. Okay. Alright, unlike the previous system where you would hoard experience and then spend it at your leisure, in this system, the DM does not distribute rewards. Is this a surprise to anybody, or had you already read the book?
Read the book.
Some of us have read parts.
Fuck.
Bit of a surprise to me.
Okay, who here knows the difference between an object class and a disruption class? Alright, Tempest, you volunteered first.
Alright, so object class, safe, Euclid, Keter, describes how well it stays in the box.
Mhm.
Disruption class is how does it affect the world,
Yep.
I believe.
Like, what is its risk to
Yeah.
breaking the veil of secrecy of the Foundation?
So dark is not very, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like Ankiel some Amita is like, this needs to be buried in a concrete vault on the moon.
Yeah. Dark,
On the moon.
VLAM, Koenig, Eki, and Amita. So, that is now a stat. And what you choose of that, if you're doing a character creation method that gives you access to that, determines what rewards you get for every session. So the DM is not distributing experience. You are looking at your sheet, what you selected at character creation, that is what you get for every session. So like, in D&D terms, it's almost kind of like, all right, we're starting a campaign. You can make your character start at level 3, 6, 9, 12, or 15.
Yeah.
But if you start at the lowest, 3, you gain a level every session. If you start at 15, you no longer gain levels.
Yep.
So you could start as a demigod, but the rookies will eventually pass you. So, yeah, there are also 3 levels of involvement when it comes to character creation. The basic one, if you don't want to do anything, there is a PDF posted on the Discord with 45 pre-made characters. You just pick one, it'll be balanced. If you want to keep things simple, there's the fast method, which gives you just a few decisions to make, and you start at Dark Disruption. So, best rewards, lowest level. Advanced is where you get to select your own, which most of the people here are doing.
Ow.
I have to.
Yeah, if you want to be anomalous.
I have to for Lapin because she kind of goes.
Yeah. Also going to point out, your disruption class gives you a resource that is only available at character creation, power and talent, and your age gives you knowledge. Character creation is the only time you get those 3 resources, and you spend those on aspects or details about your character that give you bonuses to certain things. If you are going to be anomalous, you need power.
Which means you can't be dark class.
Yeah, anything other than dark will give you at least some power.
Well, you can swap multiples of other points for power.
No.
No,
You can
Reverse
swap
conversion.
You can swap history and knowledge at a not 1-to-1 ratio. You can swap power to knowledge or history at a not 1-to-1 ratio, but you can't swap up.
Oh.
Oh, you're fine, Nez.
I know you think I'm fine. I'm just letting anyone who doesn't know know.
Yeah.
You've been very nice over the years.
Oh yeah, also, when it comes to leveling, you get certain rewards based on your disruption class, and again, no hoarding. You have to use your rewards before the next session or you lose them. Alright, oh yeah, so, unlike the previous campaign, where reality bending was this all-encompassing thing and you just flavor it however you want, reality bending and thaumaturgy are now 2 separate systems.
Ooh.
So you can use power for anomalous aspects, and the simple ones just give you a power and you have that power. But if you want to do spellcasting of either flavor, you have to spend a lot of power to get either type green or type blue anomalous status. And then instead of having one finite power, you can go wild within reason.
Within.
Yeah. So the book doesn't give very many examples of how to use reality bending and thaumaturgy, but fortunately, there is a first edition guide that we can just repurpose. Like, however many exertion you would normally have spent will just increase the complexity of the ability, adding more difficulty dice. So we can just repurpose some of that. So if I want to unleash hundreds of dice, it would be a near impossible roll I'd have to make. The example they give is, if you want to do 20 damage, and I'm like, that is not nearly enough for what you're spending. Alright, any other questions for what you want your character allowed to do? Or other restrictions that you're not sure of?
Did you cover skill caps? Because they are different in this one.
Okay, so, oh yeah, let's go into the dice. Has anybody not looked at the dice chart on the character sheet? Alright, I'll just go over then. In the previous game, you purchased a whole lot of dice, but you would only roll up to 4, and that's the main system. You roll your top 4 dice, add the top 2 numbers, add your modifiers, that's your roll. So in this one, instead, you just have 4 dice, and you upgrade them. And however many dice you have filled in for that stat determines your score for that attribute. And so if you want, you don't even have to roll. You could just take that score, add your mod, that's your result. But also, half of that score is the hard cap for any skills tied to that ability or attribute. But important to note, when you are first creating your character, aspects can put you above the cap before you lock in your character. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Also, combat, slightly different. Instead of everybody rolling initiative and then I go down a list, initiative is done the same as ASCI.
Oh, nice.
Yay!
Not there for that, so I don't.
Yay!
Okay, how it works is, once initiative is determined, just who is top, and whoever's on top decides who goes. And then when that person is done with their turn, they pick who goes next, and it just goes on like that. Whoever finishes their turn picks who goes next until everyone has gone. Then the board's wiped and the last person to go picks who starts the next round of combat.
Okay.
Hi, I'm gonna here's some kind of feedback on the ACI. Hi, please, if it makes it be like, oh, your best bet is literally just merging one group turn. Like, I did not like that. I did not like that it was blatant terms of let's just attack one target at once.
It was the best bet. Nah, there are no group attacks in this.
Okay, thank you.
Nez, did you like the all grouping up on one enemy tactic?
No, but it drove me insane when everyone forgot that was the thing that we had to do every single session. We learned this lesson in the very beginning, and you people kept splitting off and doing your own thing. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's annoying. You're surprised that you're missing when, like, we know that this is what works. Why are we doing something else?
Cheesing it was the only way to get results in that system.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is not a thing this time. Also, your armor class, your defense, works a little differently. If anybody remembers campaign 1, you could... Right, so a round is 2 seconds, and in those 2 seconds you get to make 2 actions. You had a passive defense, and you also had an active dodge you could use. You could either hold an action back to potentially dodge, or you could borrow an action from your next round to do an active dodge. In 2nd edition, if you had not yet gone in the current round, you can dodge for free. If you had already gone in that combat round, you could use an exertion to dodge if you hadn't reserved an action. So that's another little difference. Also, I had a thought and then I immediately lost it. There is no money. Instead, you are racking up favors with NPCs that you can cash in for services or items. That is a thing that is tracked on your sheet.
That's interesting.
Yep. You can accrue military favors, director favors, a whole bunch of different kinds of favors that you can redeem for different prizes. Except...
these are all just the departments. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, you might pull in favors from previous characters. Because the old characters are all, you know, senior staff. They have access to that stuff.
Question.
But, yeah,
Is there still a tank rolling around?
we will find out.
Huh?
Oh, Lord. Where did the dog?
Alright, so, who can guess what this is?
It's the drama cards.
Yep. Now, it is not the old drama cards, which I really miss the backs.
Oh.
That were blood-splattered drama card. These are gone. If you still have yours, you can hold on to them, but they will count against your hand of 7 cards. Alright, Nonark is driving. So, new drama cards work a little differently. Now, instead of saying drama card on the back, they look like ID cards. And they have levels.
Ah.
So we will start with level 1 cards available. And each card has a cost. This takes 2 reverence for level 1 cards. And I'm just going to mark the spot which we have unlocked, which will right now just be level 1. Alright, reverence. Reverence is a fun thing. It's going to work exactly the same as last campaign. Does anyone want to describe for the new people how that worked? All right, Kane.
So reverence had two purposes. You could spend no, reverences are how you get clearance.
No, that was merit.
Was that merit? Okay,
That
so
was
reverence was used to increase health, gain merit.
Yep.
Or gain an exertion back.
And the most common use was purchase drama cards. Does anyone want to explain for the new people the power of drama cards?
Real made an entire session less scary just by turning on the lights.
It's so good. It was so good.
And it,
Yeah.
and it was the same session that it showed that Kane doesn't care if it's anomalously turned killer children. She will not hurt children.
Okay, so drama cards are just weird effects. Okay, players can hold drama cards, and it is their way to fuck with the game.
Yep.
It is an effect I have no control over. A player can just play a drama card, and I have to deal with it.
Or whoever is running that session has to deal with it.
Yeah. Like, for instance, if you were facing a no-win scenario with a horror film on VHS.
Jesus Christ.
And you burn a bunch of drama cards and suddenly you beat the no-win scenario.
Did we use a card on the Montauk?
I don't think so.
Or you can spend them on silly things, like giving your character a boyfriend or something.
Yeah, which is still a thing that can be done.
Yeah.
Wait, that was a drama card?
That was a drama card.
Yep. Okay, so Reverence could do a lot of different things in the first edition. In second edition, it's purchase drama cards based on the cost on the card. The other thing is you can spend 2 Reverence to re-roll.
That is handy.
Alright, now, drama cards, again, they have levels now, or security clearance. The higher clearance you have access to, the more reverence they cost. So even if you have 2, 3 levels unlocked, you could just spend 2 reverence to get a level 1, even though you have access to higher. Getting access to higher is a crapshoot. It requires people to be involving themselves with the cards. There is 1 card in each level that when you play it, unlocks the next level. What else about the... Oh yeah, there's a new type of card. A passive kind called quest cards. Where you keep it in your hand until a certain condition has been met, then you play it and get a reward. Which is things like, if you have somehow manipulated the situation into the DM having an NPC, say, declare your character to be their friend, then you play the card and get a reward. Now, it's going to be hard for me to not know what you got. I will forget, though.
Give it a couple sessions.
Yeah. The longer you hold on, I'm not reviewing your hands. It's not like Never Going Home where I have a lockbox for each person's hand. Everyone will start out. I will give everyone a starter first level drama card your first session. After that, you gotta pay for it.
Just everybody gets one.
Yes.
Well, I know
Unless-
what my reference is going for.
Oh my god. Does anybody want, like, examples of drama cards just to whet your palate?
I would
Go
love.
for it.
Please.
Please.
Alright,
Give
so
us
here's
one
it.
for each level.
Okay, so we'll start low level then. I will just pick a random one. Switcheroo. Play anytime after you have given an object to another character. That item was fake. You still have the original.
Oh, that.
All right, that's
actually
just
good.
that's just level 1. Level 2. Karaoke. Oh, it's a quest card. Roleplay your character singing a song aloud. Sing at least one verse of the song. If you do that, you gain 1 attribute token, 1 dice token.
Love it.
Oh,
Oh no.
All right.
Is that a challenge?
3. Second Wind. Play this card to refresh all your exertion points.
damn.
All right, random number
Level
4.
3.
Yep. Level 4. You fell right into my trap. Play this card while you are in a location your character has previously visited. Your character previously set up a trap or situation to ensnare, harm, or fool your enemy. It's the Bill and Ted card.
Play that one at the front door of the site to see who you get.
And
Oh my
level
God.
5. Okay, reset time.
Resume
Play
time.
this play this card to reset the game up to 30 minutes. Characters will not remember what happened, but the players, not the director, are allowed to roleplay with the knowledge of what might have happened. Damage and items obtained during this time are reset.
Ow.
Wow.
How to make a
player, but it also hurt laughing as a character.
You are
I was
allowed
gonna
to
say
metagame.
how to fuck with the players, how to fuck with the other players just to stir the pot.
Also, when it comes to reverence, everybody will get one at the end of each session. If you did something particularly cool, I might give you more. You can also nominate or like request of the DM a certain character get reverence for something they just did.
All right.
And I can decide whether or not it was in fact cool enough.
Are we cool yet?
No,
Oh my
We're
god,
not.
not those assholes.
we're not. If we have to ask,
That's valid.
Okay. There will be a main plot. I will be sticking to it most of the time, at least for the first arc of the campaign. After that, anybody's guess. All right, any last questions before I end the stream and we get to character creation stuff? Nope. Okay, so while we are on stream, is there anything from the previous campaign you would like to inform the new people about so they are at least prepared?
There is a hyena on site.
God
there are
damn
three-
it.
there are 3 bears on
God.
the containment team.
Damn it.
And describe the bears, including their outfits.
All right, so there's a honey badger that wears a D-class hat. there's, I think it was either a grizzly or black bear that wears a gas mask, and a panda bear that wears a wizard hat. These are Dell's D-Class, Ancient Mole Rat, and Dr. Real as bears. They have
From another
minor-
dimension.
Yeah, from a dimension where everyone's just a bear.
They
They
got
originally
Yeah.
broke onto Site to steal all the Site's honey. that one got a stomach ache, one got drunk because the honey turned into mead, and they got hired on as containment forces.
Despite their anomalous ability.
Yeah, the Foundation found out, hey, these guys are really good at getting away with chaos. Sometimes that's useful.
No, I mean the thing that annoys the shit out of Mole Rat.
Bear-sized vents.
Yeah, wherever they go, the vents grow to bear size. Okay, so this is a... Mole Rat's vendetta against the site security came from that.
Oh. I feel like I should. No, go ahead.
That one. Security wasn't supposed to win that one, therefore the Bears got away with shit.
All right, Minty.
Dr. Bell, I'm gonna remind everybody, has seen that everything is fake.
And it drove
That
her insane.
This is all a fucking game.
Yeah, she saw into the face of the hanged king.
Yeah, that was.
And she
fun.
now knows she is in the imagination of a TTRPG player.
Yep.
Dr. Real technically also does.
But he, on his sheet, he is already crazy.
Yeah, he's been insane, yeah.
Yeah, I dropped a little bit.
Okay, to circle back to the bears, the reason they came about is because Tempest decided to run a session of Honey Heist, the one-page RPG.
Yep.
Which is a thing we do sometimes.
Yeah.
We might have a one-off session in a goofy-ass system, like Goblin Errands, or Stab, the role-playing game, based on Scream.
Yeah.
Hi, we have a physical copy of Goblin Errands.
Awesome. That's such a good game. For
Oh,
children.
I've read through it. I haven't gotten to play it yet, but it's awesome.
Okay, did we ever decide if Goblin Errands was like just a game that we happened to be playing in that session, or is that literally the Dungeons and Dragons of the universe our characters are in?
Could be both.
Yeah. Because
it's SCP. It could be both.
Yeah,
True.
It's Goblin Errands, but it's the popular roleplay game, unlike D&D, which is like very unknown about.
Yeah. Which, since it is a game that exists in Site-314 as a game, there is no reason our characters couldn't just be playing it for a session.
Oh, and also, Tasha has existed in the real world.
Tasha, the witch from D&D, is currently like in Snoqualmie, hiding out in an abandoned Toys R Us.
Oh my god, I forgot about her.
Which is why I have never used her in Dimension Breach, because she's not there.
You should just stumble upon her area, and there's just a sign that says "out to lunch," and it's abandoned.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of dimensional things that happen in 14.
We obviously do not take things very seriously, which is probably why the campaign has lasted so long.
Yep.
You can just do whatever.
and a thing that only exists because no one touches it with 10-foot pole because it's my plot hooks. Is there is a Sarkic chapter randomly in Manitoba, Canada, that actually is allied with the site.
Yep.
That's
yeah.
where Piazza went off to. Okay.
If there is a plot line you want to follow up on, DM it. We'll play it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know I would want to continue the Corvus Sanguine's help with the site.
Yep. Like, there is no reason we cannot revisit plot lines from the first campaign.
Okay. like
MCD and L do not want anything to do with you people anymore.
Catherine needed help that wasn't her site.
Mm-hmm.
We do cross-site stuff too. Yeah. Sites steal us.
All right, any more aspects of the site established in the previous campaign do you want to get everybody up to speed on? Nope. All right. We're going to cut off the stream. It was almost 50 minutes. That's pretty good for session 0. And we will be back in 1 week with session 1, where we find out what the plot is. And hopefully your characters are done. Night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.